Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another Souls build video. Now today we're going to talk about my favorite weapon in the game, the spear. Specifically, what armor sets you're going to want to pick up in the early game, and some potential upgrades in the mid to late game areas. Now this game has like 70 different armor sets and set bonuses. Not all of them for spears, but I took my top 3 favorites that I think everyone would enjoy. Here we go, the top 3 armor sets for spears in Berserker Khazan. Now the first set I'm going to highlight is the Soul Eater set, and this is found right at the beginning of the game. I'm pretty sure I ended up having 2 or 3 pieces from this set before I even finished the second mission. And the nice thing is this armor set works on all 3 weapon types. So if you decide at a later date, a few hours in, you want to try the Greatsword or the Dual Wield instead, well, you can keep the same armor set. Now let's talk about set bonuses. The first one grants you 100 stamina. Great for any class, especially given how stamina intensive this game can be. Second, you get 5% health back whenever you kill an enemy, which is always nice when you're exploring areas. Means you'll have to rely less on the nether energy so you can make it to the next bonfire. At 4 pieces, you get 15% faster stamina recovery, which I love. I think I had almost 200% stamina recovery in my build right now, with the individual bonuses all adding up. At 5 set pieces, we get 15% more damage on our brutal attack, which of course is when we stance break our enemy and we get to do our riposte move, which if you're a spear build, you'll become a stance breaking machine out here. And lastly, we get a new ability called Phantom Judgment. This allows us to reset the timer on a stance broken enemy, allowing you to get more free damage in. Get your Moonlight combo off, maybe a skill or 2, reset the timer and go again. And then do the brutal attack at the end of it all. It's seriously super strong. Now if you want to craft this set at the blacksmith, you'll need to find the scroll, which is located in the bonus mission Lacrima. You'll know the one once you hear the Phantom start singing the Lacrima song. And if you want to farm this set early on, you're in luck, as the bonus mission at the top of Storm Pass has a boss that drops low-level versions of the set, as well as the netherworld mineral that is required to craft it. I came back here after finishing the game and gave him a beating, so I could craft a max level version of this set. Alright, next up on this list we have my personal favorite, the Fallen Lord set. Now this is the armor set that I used to finish the game on normal, plus the true ending. But there is another set I'll talk about after this one, but more on that in a minute or two. Now this set you'll start seeing from Dragonkin bosses. The first one being the main boss Viper. The first set bonus gives our charged attack 10% more damage. Now if you're playing this game to its full potential, after you do the Moonlight combo, try to do a charged attack, since it gets buffed from that as well as this armor set. Plus it deals a ton of stance damage. Next, whenever you perform a brink dodge or a perfect dodge, you'll get 25% faster stamina recovery for the next 10 seconds. You know stamina is the name of the game here. Even if you're like me and prefer perfect parrying, throwing a dodge here and there is going to help you out. Number 4 is when an enemy is exhausted, or stance broken, you'll deal 10% more damage. So you'll want to break their stance and then hit them with everything you have before that timer runs out. My go-to rotation is 3 quick light attacks for Moonlight, 2 heavy attacks to spin them around, then hit him with Trance, and then 3 more light attacks, followed by the brutal attack. You should have plenty of time to pull off this combo once you get some reps in. Now the 5 and 6 set bonuses each increase 2 skills by 15%. Full Moon and the skill Spiral Thrust. Full Moon is a charged heavy attack after you have your Moonlight active. Another skill you should have on your build no matter what should be the Trance skill. It's simply one of the best skills in the entire game. Besides that, make sure you have Spiral Thrust as your number 2 skill, as this armor set is going to buff it. And I actually really like this skill to close gaps when you charge it, or to get some last minute damage in after you exhausted all your stamina. You can get this scroll from the mission Kaleido, and you can farm the required materials from Viper. However, I would recommend waiting until about level 60 and farming them from Mutated Xylants instead, in the Abandoned Citadel mission. The drop rate is much higher on this boss. I'm not sure what the actual drop rate is here, but for me it felt like 90%. If I needed 6 pieces to craft an entire set, I could get that in about 7 boss kills. Whereas Viper, I felt like it was closer to 50-50. And now the final set on my top 3 is the Golden Armor set. This is an incredible late game set. Just to let you know how late, the blueprint is from the Strange Melody mission, i.e. the second to last mission in the entire game. You can get some pieces to drop from the 3rd and 4th zone. I think I almost got a full set by the end of the game without crafting any. So this really might as well just be New Game Plus armor. The one nice thing is it doesn't require any farming of special materials, so it's really easy to craft and maintain once you get there. Now let's go through the skills and see if this set is right for you. Now the first one, stamina dodging is 15% cheaper. Not bad, there's definitely a few fights where this comes in. Looking at you, Troka. Now number 3 and number 5 grant 10% additional stamina and regular damage when attacking from behind. You have a few ways to turn human enemies around with some heavy moves that flip them. Against monster enemies, it'll just come up naturally anytime they leap into the air. Just dodge behind them. But the biggest reason to use this set is the 20% additional trance damage. Remember earlier when I said that you need to be using trance in your spear build? Well, this is why. This makes the best skill in the game even better. And lastly, you'll learn the skill Moonlight Awakening, which changes how your Moonlight works after using trance. Instead, you'll do a piercing attack which will land you right behind your opponent, which opens them up to the extra damage you get when stabbing them in the butt. I think you can go either way with this set versus the Fallen Lord armor set. If you don't want to use the skill Spiral Thrust, then use Shadow Strike with this golden armor set. You can't go wrong either way though. Well, there you have it, nice and to the point. I'd like to give an honorable mention to the Deep Shadow set, but this is a top 3 list, not a top 5 or ranking all armor sets in the game video. Leave a like if this video helped you decide which set you want to go for, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.